entertainment. World News 91.5, breaking the news all around the world.
Hello there, you're welcome to the World News. I am Shola Fumi Oguntuashe. First, the main point. Ekiti government cautions residents against dumping refuse in waterways. Czech Republic Parliament votes to tighten gun laws. US approves sale of fighter jet to Turkey. Super Eagles battle ready for Cameroon. The news in details. The January edition of the Environmental Sanitation in Ekiti recorded appreciable level of compliance by residents of Ado-Ekiti. The Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources, Mrs. Tosin Aluko-Ajishafe, gave the information after monitoring the exercise in the state capital. Mrs. Aluko-Ajishafe, who was accompanied while monitoring the exercise by a colleague in the Ministry of Information, Chief Taiwo Olatubosun, and other environmental officers, commended those who participated in the sanitation for their efforts aimed at making the state clean. And the Ekiti state government has cautioned residents of the state to desist from dumping their refuse in the waterways, saying such had been largely responsible for floods in parts of the state. The Deputy Governor, Okenlua Munisade Afuya, gave the warning at Ikere Ekiti while monitoring this month's environmental sanitation. Okenlua Afuya noted that improved environmental sanitation could reduce incidences of morbidity and mortality rates. Areas visited include Oduoja, Okeoshun, Ajolagun, Atiba, Eleyo, Kajola, and others. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, will tomorrow by 6 in the evening interact with the people of the state on the program tagged Meet Your Governor. The program will be broadcast live on the Ike TV, Ekiti FM, Progress FM, Adaba, and other broadcast stations in the state. Members of Parliament have approved an amendment tightening gun legislation a month after the worst mass shooting in the country's history. The amendment, which was proposed before the killings, must still pass through the Senate and be signed by the President and would not come into force until 2026. There are now more than 300,000 licensed gun owners and more than 1 million guns in Czech Republic, a country of 10.7 million people. Russia has once again extended the pretrial detention of American journalist Evan Gershkovich, who was arrested last year on espionage charges. The court ordered that his detention be extended until March 30, which means the Wall Street Journal reporter would spend over 1 year behind bars, and he awaits trials. U.S. officials have called for his immediate release. The United States has approved the sale of F-16 fighter jets to Turkey after the Turkish parliament this week ratified Sweden's NATO membership. The U.S. Department of State notified Congress of the $23 billion agreement to sell the warplanes to NATO ally Turkey. President Joe Biden's administration had supported the sale, but several lawmakers expressed objections owing to Turkey's human rights record. This is the broadcasting service of Ekiti State. For news, information, or comments, send to bscsnewsroom@gmail.com. A New York jury has ordered former U.S. President Donald Trump to pay 65 million euros for defaming columnist E. Jean Carroll in 2019 when he was at the helm of affairs in the country. Trump was found in a previous civil case to have defamed Carroll and sexually assaulted her in the 1990s. He vowed to appeal the ruling, calling the case a witch hunt and the verdict absolutely ridiculous. In another development, a civil case accusing United States President Joe Biden and other senior U.S. officials of being complicit in Israel's genocide in Gaza has begun at a federal court in California. Lawyers representing Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin attended Friday's proceedings along with the plaintiffs, who accused them of failure to prevent the complicity in the Israel's government's unfolding genocide. To sports, the round of 16 of the ongoing African Cup of Nations Cup in Cote d'Ivoire will begin today, with Angola taking on Namibia by 6 this evening in the first match. At 9 also today, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will face the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Tomorrow, Equatorial Guinea will meet Guinea, while Egypt will confront the Democratic Republic of Congo. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has called on the Super Eagles to do everything possible to ensure victory for the country in tonight's game Cameroon. The president's message was conveyed to the team through the Minister of Sports Development, John Eno, via a Zoom meeting yesterday. And former Super Eagles manager Gernot Rohr says that Nigeria has the mental strength and fighting spirit to defeat Cameroon in today's round of 16 game. Rohr says Super Eagles possess the needed qualities to beat the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. He advised the players to up their game as he admitted that the Eagles would not find it easy against the Cameroonians. And in England, Manchester City have reached the 5th round of the English FA Cup after beating Tottenham Hotspur 1-0 at White Hart Lane. Chelsea and Aston Villa settled for a goalless draw. The game will be replayed at Villas Park next month. Sheffield Wednesday and Coventry City played a 1-1 draw. Tonight, Fulham will host Newcastle United while Everton will host Luton Town. Leicester City will meet Birmingham City. Tomorrow, Liverpool will face Norwich City while Newport County will confront Manchester United. Finally on sports, Aryna Sabalenka beat Zheng Wen to retain the Australian Open Women's Single Final. Sabalenka retains title for second Grand Slam singles title of career. Chinese 12th seed Zheng was appearing in first major final. To end the world news, here again are the main points. We told you that the Ekiti state government has cautioned residents against dumping refuse in waterways. You heard that Czech Republic Parliament has voted to tighten gun laws. It was in the bulletin that the US has approved the sale of fighter jets to Turkey. On sports, the Super Eagles of Nigeria are battle ready for their game against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. A message for you: stop dumping refuse in waterways. That's the world news as put together by the production team and edited by Abiodun Omodara. I am Shola Fumi Oguntoashi. Goodbye.